Hello, guys, it's James. We're back, and how unlucky last night that we were one disposal short from Liam Henry, and he got injured at the 17-minute mark of the fourth quarter. So we were fine, and after Liam Henry kicked that great goal from like 50 out, or 40, or whatever it was, and then Philippou kicked the next goal. I don't know if you saw, but in the goal square, Liam Henry was there, and he goes to run, chase the ball, and he pulls up short, grabs his hammy with 17 minutes to go. We needed one posse. I was like, fuck. So I didn't notice at the time he was injured, but it was like 5 minutes had gone by. I'm like, I don't see him out in the field. Where the fuck is he? And I'll tell you something really cool. I don't know if you guys knew about. On the AFL Live app, because I couldn't find anything about him. So on the AFL app, it said injured, and I was like, oh, well, that fucking sucks. But I couldn't find or hear, see any news about him. But did you know the AFL Live app has like a live bench? And I was like, that is so cool. So when I went to the app, you go into the game and then go summary. And then just below, like, I think it was like the worm and who's just kicked the last goal. You scroll down a little bit and there was a live bench. And then there it was, Liam Henry has injured and he's not coming back on. I was like, oh, fuck, dude. That sucks so much. Especially when we picked Jack Crisp to turn it around. So he had 20 posies. After 2 games of not doing it, he played off the half back line and was great. There was a point in time where he had like 4 posies in 5 seconds because he handballed to Pendlebury, did a 1-2, fumbled the ball, did another handball, and then socketed it off the ground. So we were loving that. He was at like 10 posies at early on in the second quarter, so that was fantastic. Paddy Lipinski, no issues there. He was fine. Wanganeen Malira really sucks because he had an amazing game. So his odds for next week are going to be really short, and I don't think I'm ready to bet on him for 25. But yeah, he was great. Super coach wise, he's in my draft, and fuck, it's good to watch him. Bobby Hill, he was worrying me because he didn't really seem keen on kicking a goal. He was like passing it off, and but when Collingwood started playing faster tempo in those last 10 minutes, when he was crumbing the footy and when he got out the back, he was fine. So yeah, very unlucky. Matt, I saw your comment. Liam Henry's 14 burned you too. So that is just like we picked it all right. It was a great bet, $5 odds. We just can't help injuries. So we picked it all correct, except Liam Henry just getting injured with 17 minutes to go. Like, it was so early on in the fourth quarter, just very unlucky. I've just done a little thing which I thought might be kind of interesting. Oh, but the good news is as well, we got a bonus bet. So we have in our account the 25 bonus bet because Liam Henry just pulled up short by 1. Oh, again, super annoying, but not much you can do about it. You can't help those injuries. At least you can pick it. You pick it right, so all your prep was fine. There's just an injury, can't help it. Oh yeah, did hammy. Oh yeah, so what I did just for last night, just before I started, I thought I would highlight everyone who hit their target and everyone who missed. Obviously, like Mason Wood, I hope he's okay. That looked awful. That was, it's really bad when they don't show the replay on the broadcast. Like they showed one replay from really far away, and then he was like spasming on the ground, and they just didn't show it. And I was like, oh geez, that looked fucking rough. So anyway, if he hit his target, all that's green. Same with Liam Henry if he didn't get injured. Finlay McRae was the sub. So, those 2 are injuries and there's a sub. Already you're looking at like so much green there. Because like I said in my first video, half the field will get 15 posies. So that's why I love the 15 posie bracket because there's so many that will get it. And then, and look, the ones we highlighted too, based on form, Quaynor, Battle, Lockie Schultz, I don't know, it's just, he's not looking that good. He had a great smother, but Darcy Moore, the people that we're highlighting on form are hitting their targets, which is really good. All the people in red are missing, and Mitch Owens, sometimes you do get those regular pop-ups. But then here, in the 20 disposal bracket, you can see how few hit their target. And then the ones that do hit their target, I wouldn't really be looking at anyway. Like Seb Ross, I wouldn't. Oh, Jack Crisp, obviously I'm going to bet on him because he missed the last 2 weeks. But then, like, I wouldn't bet on a Rowan Marshall, not Lipinski, Maynard, no way. The only people I would bet on, Wanganeen Malira, which we did, and then these other guys are too short value. And then not to mention in the 25 posies, Nick Dacos and Sinclair don't hit it. They're the only ones with green. Like, again, that's why we absolutely love the 15 bracket. 15 bracket is great. I might take one from the 20 and the 25, but that's it. Because, yeah, it's just... Oh, I should have done goals too. That was interesting. But, yeah, we got Bobby Hill. Oh, and Jack Higgins, dude. Okay, so what I've learnt for the Geelong game tonight, you know how Jack Higgins kicked no games against Geelong last week? He had, what, 5 and kicked that amazing goal that was out of bounds? I mean, come on, that was a great goal. So, yeah, and he turned around. So he didn't hit last week, and then he kicked 5. So those players who have good form, but then miss the week before, my eyes light up. I love those type of players. So I'm kind of annoyed I didn't back myself with Higgins, but I did with Crisp. Anyway, so that's just kind of interesting with last night's game. So we're going to move... Oh, and you guys are going to love me. I've updated this. So I have gone through, I've updated, I've added all the new odds. So this hopefully should be relevant to when you guys see it. So I'm hoping to pump this out. In the meantime, while we're downloading Dragon's Dogma 2, so this should be ready once I've finished this video. Then we're going to be playing that for the rest of the day, which is going to be freaking sick. But for the meantime, let's get the odds right for Geelong and Adelaide. Oh, and also, Matt, I saw your comment on the why didn't I pick Brodie Smith. I honestly don't know why. I went back and highlighted him now, but I think it was like some subconscious thing, like I've been burnt by him in the past too much, and I just... Like, is he 32 or 33 as well? Like, I don't trust the old bodies. Anyway, that's my take. I have no other solid reason why I didn't select Brodie Smith, but you're right. He's hitting both categories. And actually, since you commented that, he's gone up 3 cents. So, I might have to add him in today. But again, we're doing 3, 4, at max 5 legs. We're not doing anything more because we're trying to minimize risk and we're trying to capture what we have lost the last couple of weeks. But again, like I said, March is very rough. So we're going to just do the best we can through March before we up the stakes later on in the following months. So who do we select for goal scorer? Oh yeah, Tyson Stengel. Yep, he missed last week. And if we learned anything by Jack Higgins missed last week and had an absolute fucking belter of a game. So the only worry is with Tyson Stengel, he did get subbed. I don't know, didn't they say he had like hamstring, or he was tight or sore or something? So I hope he's okay. But the same thing with Crisp. Like, the people who missed the last week who have good form have to get him. So for me, Tyson Stengel is a lock for goal, and I'm not dipping into any of the others. Let's go back to the 15 bracket. So 15 posi bracket. We are looking Chase Jones, green and green. There's a couple of green and greens here. Jeez. Oh yeah, Zach Tui. Again, I feel like such a hypocrite. Here I am saying I don't like Brodie Smith because he's old and he's burnt me. Well, Zach Tui is old, but he hasn't burnt me. So 10 out of 10, $1.46. I feel like I just have to get Zach Tui. That is great value there. Ben Keys, he had 6 positives in the first, and then 1 in the second quarter, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. I think we go the bounce back play. And Blitzarves, I've been betting on him for so long. He's always been very reliable for 15. So even if he fucks me over, I'm very keen to bet on him the next week. Oh, but I'm kind of tempted to leave out Ben Keys. If we are going Brodie Smith, we're going a couple of the backline players. Zach Tui. And then if I go Brodie Smith... Oh, but I do like Mitch Hinge. Wait, what the fuck? Why did Mitch Hinge get $1.42 here? $1.57. Brodie... That is got to be a typo. So $1.57. By the way, so I get this info from like screenshotting this, and then I put it into Excel, and it can actually get the data from the screenshots you take. So that's why, again, I think I've said it before. If you notice any typos, it's because Excel might just slightly misread it, but I've never had an issue with the odds until just then. But $1.57 for Mitch Hinge, averaged 23, and he missed last week because he got 19 posies. So, again, if you want to go Brodie Smith, I don't blame you. I think I just have a feeling for Mitch Hinge. Oh. So $5.50. It's much of a muchness. The form is better for Brodie Smith, but Mitch Hinge did miss last week by 1 posi. And he's averaging 23. Look, already that's... I might save the odds boost because $5.50 is a nice number. That is also a nice number. Anyway, so what I might do is... What's it like without Mitch Hinge? And then if I just chuck the bonus bet, I feel like that is very safe. 3 legs, Tui, Blitzavs, and Stengel. 3 of them there. I feel like if anything, Mitch Hinge is the one I would worry about. And again, I have Mitch Hinge in my... Oh, fuck, I'm going to be out tonight. I'm going... I've got dinner tonight, so I might miss some of this game. I'm going... It's early dinner, but we'll see. Oh, Mitch Hinge or Brodie Smith, that's a tough one. I do feel like the bonus bet just with those 3 is great. Yep. So that one's fine. And then... Oh, that is quite tough. I'm going to go Mitch Hinge. Dude, I'm going to regret this. I know Matt said it in the last video too. Why don't you go Brodie Smith? I just had been burnt from him. I felt like Brodie Smith would go like 13 posies or like 30. Mitch Hinge is like going 18, 19, 20, 21. Like he's kind of hitting the same target, and he did miss last week, so I am keen to go that. So that is our bet for the Geelong Adelaide game. But again, I don't blame you if you were to swap Mitch Hinge for Brodie Smith. It depends who you would rather back. Next game. Freo North. Who have we highlighted? Oh, yeah. Oh, there's a game coming up. The Sydney-Essendon game. It looks awful to bet on. I'm just tempted to miss it entirely. But we'll get there. I hate when I don't have many people highlighted in the 15 bracket. Oh, Darcy Tucker didn't hit last week. Looked kind of lost, but I reckon he'll play better at Marvel. So I'm going to go straight to adding Darcy Tucker. Again, I wouldn't say he's like a Blitzavs in terms of how much I bet on him last year. I did a bit, and he was great. I wouldn't say he's as safe as Blitzavs for 15, but he was quite good, just on the wing. So I hope he'll be better. Didn't hit last week. I have to take that. James Aish, $1.10. That's teetering. That's 1 cent off. Just avoid. So I'm going to see if we can make anything else from... Oh, Luke Ryan was great last week, and he was really... He went... wasn't even spoken about just because how good Brayshaw was. Sarong. Sarong with those 46 posies. Luke Ryan had an absolute blinder and not even spoken about it. So, yeah, I like Luke Ryan there. Zach Fisher or Bailey Scott? I would probably go Bailey Scott more. I'm sorry. Bailey Scott. Oh, far out. I would go Bailey Scott. And then Brayshaw, 10 times out of his last 10 games, he's hit 25 posies. But the thing is, I am worried here because don't they have O'Meara and Brodie Smith potentially playing? Actually, we can check this. We can check this live. I thought... My friend sent me a thing that they're going to be included. Oh, sorry, this is really zoomed out. Rio... yeah. Jago O'Meara. Oh, okay. Brodie... Will Brodie. Okay, that's who I was thinking of. Okay, so it's just Jaeger O'Meara. Jaeger, whatever the fuck. Where do you see the... Oh, lineups. I don't know who would be the sub. Oh, Will Brodie... Oh, okay, he's an emergency. Fuck. For a second, I thought this was like rucks and followers. That's up here. So Andrew Brayshaw is on ball. And Caleb Sarong is too short. After he got 46 posies last week, I would rather Brayshaw. 10 out of 10. $1.20. I do like Sheasel as well, but we've already got $4 odds, and I'm trying to keep it relatively contained. And that odd boost gets us to like $4. To win $100, well, to win 75, I probably prefer that. It's crazy to see one of my bets only have one player in the 15 posi bracket. That's my bread and butter, but I would prefer that. because we weren't happy with too many from the 15 bracket. And Darcy Tucker missed last week. So I feel that. Next game, we have Hawthorn versus Melbourne. Oh, I tried to watch some of the Hawthorn game last night, but I just fell asleep instantly. So I never got around to watching Hawthorn versus Essendon. So we're just going by stats, but if we go straight... Oh, I didn't even include a goal kicker. That's right. Frederick kicked... I wouldn't blame you if you included Frederick if you wanted to swap out... Oh, actually... No, I wasn't that sold on the goal kickers. Eddie Ford, $1.90. That is great value. So, again, maybe if you're looking at just a bet on its own, Eddie Ford for a goal at $1.90. That is not bad. Anyway, so next game. Ed Langdon. Oh, remind me as well. So, what's the other... Oh, I'm getting Ed Langdon and Jaden Hunt confused. That's next game. We're going to talk about Jaden Hunt later. But Ed Langdon, 10 times out of 10. Hitting the target, fantastic. I don't know how Stephen May is the same odds when he's hit it 5 times. Maybe because Jake Bowie's out and he's going to take more kickouts. Dylan Moore, 9 times out of 10, and he kicked a good goal too. Oh, but Blake Hardwick didn't hit last week, and James Sicily didn't hit last week. So I've already got my eyes on those two, and they have good form. Oh, and Josh Weddle too. 9, like green and green. It's very rare you get those green and greens. Josh Weddle is there. And I know Brodie Smith was a green and green, so I don't blame you if you take Brodie Smith. I just have, from previous bets, like, I don't know, just not hitting on Brodie Smith. But that's just me. So we're going to include Weddle and Blake Hardwick and then James Sicily. Dude, how is James Sicily $1.32 for 20 posies? I must be missing something. Wasn't he like wasn't he averaging the most footy for Hawks last year? Like AFL tables. If I go to player stats 2023, let's go down to Hawthorn. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, ranked by disposals. James Sicily was averaging, again, I don't know if you can see this, but we're going to zoom in. This is last year's stats. James Sicily was averaging the most disposals for Hawthorn last year. Like, in front of Warple, Will Day, Jai Newcomb. And how the fuck did he not even hit 20 last week? So, for him to be $1.32 for 20, like, I have to take it. My hands are tied. I have to take that. And we have 4 legs for 3... Oh, can we get that? It's going to be another $4 one, which is pretty good. But again, we've, like, used all the odds boosts, so... Who do we have for goals? Oh, Jack Viney for 25. Again, don't blame you. He's always got good value because he's behind Oliver and Petrarca. So, yeah. I don't think I'll... He missed last week, too. Yeah, he missed last week. Fuck, that is tempting. Oh, that is quite tempting. So we have 1, 2, 3 that didn't hit last week that we like. And Ed Langdon, who has hit 10 out of 10. Oh, Josh, far out. I'm tempted to include Jack Viney. Mario Chol got subbed off, but he still kicked a goal. Good value. Dylan Moore, fairly consistent, but we got, he kicked one last week, and I don't trust. Dude, the form and the stats there don't lie, but it's just something about me that just, I don't know, it's a weird feeling that I just can't quite describe. It's the same with Brodie Smith. Luke Bruce, someone at Hawthorn is going to kick a goal, but Mitch Lewis is not great value, so yeah, I see Luke Bruce as a decent pick. Oh, what if I did add Jack Viney for $1.45? Jesus. And that's 5 legs. That's still fairly reasonable for $6 odds. 3 15s, a 20, 25. 3 of those didn't hit their targets last week, and the other 2 have only missed once out of, like, combined. Ed Langdon has hit 10 out of 10. Weddle 9 out of 10. And these guys were all 9 out of 10 until they missed last week. I like that, but if you were to do this bet, I wouldn't mind as well if you took Viney out or Hardwick and maybe just had 4. but we're doing that. That is, oh, there's still one. Oh, the Sydney Essendon game. This one sucks. Just checking on Dragon's Dogma. 70% of the way there. Oh, let's go. Yeah, this one sucks. Not a great game to bet on. That was my note. New team risky. I don't like, Jade Gresham, I think, got 12 last week. So, and again, because I hadn't had time to watch the game, I just don't know if he could have got. It's like, when you watch a game and if I hadn't seen the game and I didn't know Jake Bowie got injured in the opening round, I would be like, oh. Or, sorry, what's another good example? Not an injury, because you could see it on the stat sheet. Like, someone who gets like 13, 12 possessions, but you're not worried because they were there all the time. It was just a couple of unlucky plays or just fumbled a little bit. I don't know about that with Jade Gresham. So I can't bet on him, even though it's, green. Ollie Florent, I would rather go Ollie Florent and Jake Lloyd, even though they're in the orange odds. I would rather go those guys. Nick Blakey. The odds are just not great, but I would rather go these guys than risk it on a Jade Gresham. Dyson Heppel too. Again, someone who's just getting 20s. How is Dyson Heppel still doing this? But $1.64. Yeah, again, no one's great. The people who are green are not good value. Essendon have switched plays around. Like Nick Martin is playing that halfback distributor role. Andy McGrath had a blinder last week. So Will Setterfield, I just don't know. Archie Perkins has been thrown in the mid. I don't know with Essendon. And it just makes me scream like I don't know either with Dyson Heppel. God, this game sucks. Oh yeah, and Parrish is back. Was he back? No, he's back this week. Dude, there's nothing there. Like, what if I put Chad? Oh, we're not even going to get $2 odds here. Tom Papley for a goal. Like, I'm not even that sold on Tom Papley for a goal. And Chad Warner, how has he been kicking a goal? He's like, Nick Dacos, where it's a player in the mid that you just don't expect to be that good at kicking goals. Like, when you think of a midfielder who kicks goals, you're like, oh, Bontempelli or Dangerfield. But then there's these guys who just kick goals way more often than you think. Tom Papley. Dude, this is such a shite game. I'm tempted to you know what? I'm actually just tempted to not bet on this one at all. And I'd rather just put $50 on like another game. Or maybe the game tonight, I might put another $25 on. I just straight up don't like this game. If you can find value, then that's awesome. But there's no one there I feel confident on for a decent amount of money. So I am avoiding this game. I don't like it. That's the first time I've avoided one. Let's clear that. For $2 for 4 legs, that's gross. Wait, what? Where's the rest of the Sunday games? Oh, dude, why does everything change all the time? So, the rest of the Sunday games have been removed. So I don't want to do a part 3. I'll go through my bets on the Excel and then we'll just have to do that one off camera. What do you call this? Off stream. Anyway, so the Bulldogs. Oh, this is in Ballarat. Bulldogs, Gold Coast. Ben Ainsworth, 2 he missed. He got 13 and 14. Dude, and that is someone we love. Someone who's going to get just 1 disposal short instead of having big swings. Like, they'll get 20 disposals and then subbed off 1 week. Or, we love someone who's consistent. So I like Ben Ainsworth there for just missing. $1.44. That is great. Not many other people that I like straight off there. Bailey Dale. Surely he's going to get a lot of it kicking out. And Gold Coast are playing pretty good, so hopefully they can pump the ball. Oh, and they're mids for Gold Coast. Matty Rowell, Noah Anderson, Took Miller, Sam Flanders. Like, dude, if Gold Coast make finals, I am so going, because I'm from Brisbane, so it won't be that far away. That'll be fucking cool. 25, yeah, Tom Liberatore, absolutely love. Oh, and I've written one or the other, not both. So with Tom Liberatore or Bont, I would go one or the other. Sam Flanders has been on the ball a lot. So, and again, because I don't like 25 posies that much, even though Tom Liberatore and Sam Flanders different teams, I would still probably pick one. If that was Libba. Oh, my instinct is to go Libba because, you know, just from previous experience. But again, I wouldn't blame you if you went Sam Flanders. So what? Libba gets us to 278. Sam Flanders gets us to 290. I would probably go Libba. But if you wanted to swap out for one of those three, again, do not blame you. Oh, Waitman. Fuck, why am I mispronouncing that? Waitman? Wiedemann? Wait, Waitman? Was that Wiedemann? Jack? Anyway, I'm pronouncing his name probably wrong. Cody Waitman. $1.22. Kicked one last week, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we're fine for him this week. I'd rather him just for the better value between Aaron Norton and Jamar Ugle-Hagan. $3 again is what it is, but to win $60 and plus this is the last Sunday game too, so I'm not going to be able to get the odds for any of the others. I don't know why it's off. Okay, so we'll at least go through. So we have $75 left. I might put another one on for the Geelong game because there were a lot more players that I liked in the Geelong game. And especially that Essendon Sydney game. That looked rough as guts. So, all right. Ladbrokes is no longer useful for us. So if we were to look at the rest of our, who we have for the Sunday game, we'll at least pick who I would go for. Bulldogs, Richmond. Wait. So we did we did Bulldogs, Gold Coast. Richmond, Fremantle. Wait, isn't it? It's Port. Wait. Yep. So Willem Drew, he was good last week. Isn't he in some leadership group too? Like, you know, Ken loves him. The players love him. He'll get 15. So if I'm just going to write some players down, maybe on the other side. Willem, Drew, and then I might just go, actually, I'm going to do 15 plus Drew. Kane Farrell as well, taking kickouts. I do like Kane Farrell. Oh, Jack Ross as well. One time he missed because he was sub. This is free money. $1.38. We are putting Jack Ross on. 15. Jack Ross. Again, not necessarily free money, but just, dude, that would be green. That's almost, he's 2 cents away from being green and green. That is great. Kane, Farrell. These are the players I like, not necessarily who I'd include. I might, Jaden Short, Tim Taranto. Oh, Tim Taranto has been on the decline, even though he is green and green. One player from Richmond should hit 25 posies. Oh yeah, and Darcy Burn-Jones and Ivan Soldo, unsure. Actually, if I was betting... Oh, I missed last week by 1 posie. So actually, my bet would probably be this. Willem Drew, Kane Farrell, Jack Ross, Jaden Short. I would keep it to that. And if I was... That would be pretty good with Jack Ross's $1.40. Yeah, I think that would be my bet there. Again, Dusty, he was playing a lot forward. So, Dusty or Shai Bolton. Yeah. Just... again, sometimes it's just the feel. I don't have any other explanation than a feel. I just would rather not include them. GWS West Coast. Dude, Callum M. Brown, $1.01. He is now the most... He's the shortest value for GWS goal kickers. We loved him for 1 goal. It is versus West Coast, so I get why he's so short, but damn. Callum M. Brown, $1.01. Brett Daniels. Oh, Jack Darling. We're going Jack Darling again. He got some lucky Joe the Goose shit last week. Goal. Jack Darling. No Oscar Allen. Oh, Dragon's Dogma's 2 is finished. Let's go. So yeah, Jack Darling. He's the first West Coast player to kick a goal at $1.40. Fuck me. Surely. Literally, it's just as long as the West Coast mids just kick it in once. Give him a free. Chop his arms. Give him a free. That'll be good. I haven't even highlighted who I want in this game. So yeah, if I was, it would be Jack Darling. Tim Kelly. Fuck me, he was shit last week. I would go Lockie Whitfield. Again, it's just a feel. I would go Lockie Whitfield instead of Cogs. Actually, but now I'm overthinking it. Like, a GWS just going to absolutely spank West Coast, and I would prefer a mid to get the ball than a half-back. Actually, yeah, I probably would go Cogs. 25. Liam Duggan missed last week. Again, West Coast mids were poor. Liam Duggan, Tim Kelly. Elliot Yeo was okay. I'm going to write these down. I might cull in a second. Duggan. Lockie Ash. Oh, yeah. Back. Again, I don't know how much. That's the thing. We were worried about last week how some of the GWS backmen wouldn't get the footy against North. But still, Connor Iden still got 15. So, you know what? Frick it. Oops, what the fuck did I do? 15 plus. Iden. Like Iden. Oh, Harry Perryman. Yep. Look at that. Green and green. H. Oh. Perryman. Already we have 4 there. Actually. Oh, no. You know what? I would probably even switch, like... Oh, maybe Duggan for Jaden Hunt. 8 of his disposals last week were from kickouts. So, kick-ins, kick-outs, whatever. So, he had 8 free disposals. He was the player I wanted to remember. I was watching that game and I'm like, holy fuck, he's getting so much free footy. It's not funny. So, I would highlight Jaden Hunt. Brett Daniels, I've bet on 2 times in a row and he's been great. I recommend him, but I don't know who I would swap. Like maybe Brett Daniels for Cogs, but... Or even a Jack Darling goal. But no, Jack Darling will kick one. You just got to believe. So those would probably be the 5 I go. Yeah, I wouldn't go anyone here when there's especially other good value. Yeah, I reckon so that would be my bet for the other Sunday game. I'm just going to have one last look to see if it's popped up, the Sunday games. We're going to have a little quick look. Sports, Aussies. No, okay, the Sunday games aren't there, so I can't actually bet the rest. But that's the legs that I would probably go for GWS West Coast. And then that's the legs I would go for Richmond Port. But yeah, all right, so that's the rest of the bets. Guys, I'm going to play some Dragons Dogma 2. Oh yeah, just again, excuse all that. I accidentally streamed first instead of did my recording. I'm going to upload the video. And again, hopefully we can get the profit loss back to even, if not positive. But I might, because that Sydney Essendon game looked so shit, I might double down on tonight's Geelong Adelaide game. Or sometimes what's better is you double down on the games that you're actually watching. So I probably won't get home till late tonight. So, which means I'll probably miss the game. But yeah, it's, again, last night was super shit. We would easily be broken even if Liam Henry didn't get injured. So we're looking at the right players. We're just getting unlucky. And hopefully all the rest of the form, the players can start, you know, hitting their strides, being a bit more consistent. Because we're round 2. So by round 4 or so, I'm hoping it'll be a bit better. But anyway, good luck, guys. Enjoy this. And one more thing. It is actually so hard for me to get the video up before Thursday. So I was late last night. I uploaded it, and by the time it was ready, it was like 20 minutes before the game. By the time I like get home from work or go through the odds, get the video ready, chat, it's like by the time it's uploaded, it's almost not worth it. So from now on, I think I'm just going to do the Friday, Saturday, Sunday games. The Thursdays are just too hard to get the video, do the rest of the... Unless I just do part 1 and part 2. If you guys don't mind the part 1, part 2. actually, it's just easier for me to just do it all in one go instead of do 2 nights or 2 mornings just trying to do the footy video. So if I don't do the Thursday night games, it's just because it's just easier for me to do it on the Friday. Because for about 2 months, I'm gonna have every Friday off. So it's just easier for me to do it Friday morning than try and race home and do it Thursday night, because it's fucking stressful to try and get that done in time. But yeah, all right, enjoy, guys. Hopefully some of those bets hit, and any of the ones that I've highlighted, I don't blame you if you swap out with what I've selected, but I'm feeling better. After last night, we would have nailed that if it wasn't for Liam Henry getting injured, so I'm feeling it. All right, until next time, guys. Peace.